Hello, I'm Elif and this is a recap for episode 108 of the series For My Family, 24 hours after Turkey and before dubbed for TV. Omer is bound, his hands and feet tied, in the water when Susan arrives. She immediately jumps into the pool, struggles to free Omer's hands and feet, and pulls him out. Omer is unconscious, and Susan calls out to him tearfully. Despite initial first aid efforts, Omer remains unresponsive, and Susan becomes momentarily disheartened. However, suddenly, Omer coughs, opens his eyes, and Susan joyfully embraces him. A little later, Susan explains to Omer that she saw him being kidnapped by thieves while following them. Şevval's niece, Ayaz, arrives unannounced from Ankara to their home, bringing joy to everyone. Ayaz, expelled from school for the third time, reveals that Şevval will enroll him in her own school. At night, Asiye admonishes Omer for his carelessness and emphasizes that they have to live cautiously because of Emel. Omer promises not to get into trouble again. Akif informs Orhan the next day that the thieves have been arrested, alleviating any remaining concerns. In the morning, when Asiye arrives at school, Ayaz splashes water on her with his motorcycle. Asiye gets angry and argues with him. Ayaz, intrigued by Asiye, approaches her, but she angrily distances herself. At the club, Akif notices that there's tension between Susan and Yaman, realizing that they are in the midst of a conflict over Şengül. When he inquires about it, Yaman mentions that Susan is having second thoughts. Akif fears that Yaman might turn his attention to Soraya again. Şevval brings Ayaz to class, introducing him to the kids. Asiye becomes annoyed upon seeing him, and an argument ensues among the children from the very beginning. During the break, everyone notices Ayaz's attention on Asiye. Sarp warns him not to approach Asiye, informing him that Asiye was the one who caused trouble. Ayaz becomes excited and says, "So she's trouble. I like that." The kids gather signatures to reinstate the principal at school and ask Akif to hold a meeting with the parents on this matter. They boycott the next class, chanting slogans against Şevval in the hall, demanding the return of the principal. Şevval, without paying attention to their request, instructs everyone to go to the disciplinary committee. At the same time, Yasmin joins the kids, shocking Şevval, who scolds her. Yasmin says, "I also protest against this injustice." Fatma and Şengül have a heated argument in the club's kitchen, causing a mess. Yaman expels both of them. Akif tries to calm Yaman down due to Fatma's condition, but Yaman, in frustration, says he can't stand seeing any of the troublemakers there. Orhan overhears this and leaves. In the club, Soraya takes advantage of the distance between Yaman and Susan. She approaches Yaman, conveying through gestures that they can still continue their relationship. Bark and Ibiku visit Tolga to help him paint his house, and Yasmin goes to Tolga's house with 2 pizza boxes upon seeing their photo. Tolga is delighted upon seeing her. They spend a few hours together and grow closer. At night, Akif invites all the parents to his house and talks to them about Şevval's poor leadership. Most parents agree with him, and Akif and Nabahat incite others against Şevval, collecting signatures against her. Sado, as a servant, goes to Şevval's house and remembers when she found out Susan was forced to delete the videos, she decided to take matters into her own hands. Tomorrow, the kids once again refuse to attend classes and repeat their request for the return of the principal. Şevval responds with the same answer, stating that the principal, Borak, will not be reinstated. At that moment, Akif arrives with a petition from parents to expel Şevval. Şevval immediately agrees to bring back the principal upon seeing it. Ayaz asks Asiye to have a coffee together in the buffet and reconcile, but Asiye, annoyed, asks him to leave her alone. Principal Borak returns to the school, and the kids joyfully welcome him. The principal tells Yasmin that he wishes she hadn't intervened in the matter, to which Yasmin responds, "What is this talk? I like you too." Akif and Nabahat go to a restaurant for dinner, and shortly after, Yaman and Soraya enter hand in hand. Nabahat takes offense, and Akif gets angrier. The tension escalates when Yaman kneels in front of Soraya and proposes. Yulcan goes to Ayla's house and asks for her help in surprising Elif, requesting permission to enter her room. Ayla agrees. When Elif enters her room, she is delighted to see the beautiful lighting on the wall. She embraces Yulcan, and he asks, "So, did you accept my proposal?" Elif happily confirms. At night, Sarp takes Ayaz to a cafe for entertainment. Ayaz doesn't like it there, but his opinion changes when he sees a live performance poster of Asiye on the wall. He smiles throughout, and after the performance, he confronts a man bothering Asiye, defending her with a punch. Asiye retorts, "What do I need a game champion like you for?" The cafe owner kicks out Sarp and Ayaz. Sarp tells Ayas it's better not to involve himself as Asiya won't befriend him. Ayas, on his motorcycle, makes a bet with Sarp to win Asiya's heart within 2 weeks. Cheval, that night, tells Sado that she is not satisfied with her work and asks her not to come from tomorrow. Sado, claiming to be Sado's spouse, says the video is in her hands and she can't be easily fired. Cheval is left speechless. At midnight, Akif, drunk and furious, goes to Soraya's house and confronts her loudly. To quiet him down, Soraya comes downstairs. Akif says, "Look at what you've done to me. Do you think throwing that ring away made you happy?" In the midst of this confrontation, Susan comes down, and Soraya stands up to Akif. Susan questions her mother, "Where were you? Don't tell me you were with Lydia's dad." Soraya denies and claims she threw away the ring. Akif smiles and listens to their conversation. After Susan leaves, Akif tells Soraya not to make her daughter miserable and Soraya forcefully kicks him out. Yuljan finds a couch by the street and brings it home. The next day, when Fatma wants to clean it, she asks Yuljan for help in removing the cover. Suddenly, a large amount of dollars spills out from the couch, and Fatma and Yuljan look at each other in astonishment. Thank you for watching, stay tuned for the next episode.